Okay, now this Canaletto painting, just point out a couple of techniques. Now, again, like waiting for layers to dry underneath before coming in over the top. But you can see, like if you break this painting down, like a lot of the underneath areas are pretty simple in a good way, okay? Now, a lot of it is just kind of flat colour. Okay, there's not much variation, a little bit of variation here, but generally it's pretty flat. Now then, to create the form or that kind of perspective, or the space, is once it's dry, just coming in over the top with a ruler or a long stick, laying it down and just creating that space by just ruling with your paintbrush, just ruling a lot of kind of line work, okay, straight line work on top of it, okay? Now, when a painting is made up of a lot of lines to create space or brushwork, it's referred to as linear, L-I-N-E-A-R, okay, so a lot of linear brushwork. Now, not only is it these kind of linear marks, but also where like the pillar is in particular. Okay, now we kind of spoke about it a little bit yesterday, where often the brush mark should mimic the shape of the object that you're painting. So in this case, with the pillar, even though tonally, it's kind of mimicking the shape, it's also the direction of the brush mark. So you see with the round brush, it's kind of moving it around in a circle or in an arc that replicates the shape of the pillar. Okay, and the other place again where linear marks are applied is throughout this kind of structure, but the light source is coming in this direction, which means the shadow line is going to be slightly thicker on that side. Okay, so all he does is just use a slightly thicker line along that edge, a slightly thinner line on that edge. Okay, and that simplicity of like varying lines helps create the form of the building and the space that he's trying to depict. The other thing, like with these little figures, from a distance it looks like they're quite detailed, but the closer you get, it's kind of broken down into just 3 shades pretty much. So all there is just a dark, a mid-tone and a light. Okay, so just really using like an economy of brush marks. Okay, so not worrying about rendering them too much, it's just the impression of the figure in a similar way to the impression of the landscape with those linear marks as well.